do you think, Chad?
What's that?
Slurp.
Think we should slurp it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and slurp.
And then move on.
Yep.
I want to change that camera view up there to the...
Yep, on it.
I'll have to show me the slurp nozzle there. I can't quite see it.
Flute mode, disengage.
I resent the mention of pizza and cupcakes at this time of the night, I have to say. Making me hungry. Oh, look, there's a bit just at the bottom of the screen. It looks like the polyps are pulled in.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom in there, Steve.
Come in.
Wow.
Full zoom. It's amazing how compact they are closed.
Yeah.
It's like a
Looks like,
flattened octopus arm.
it's like those candy dots on the paper.
Okay, turn on the suction and we'll flush.
All right. Flushing.
That full jam, is it?
Yep, full jam.
Okay. Looks pretty clean there. Turn it off and go, I think Bob had something in jar 7, so.
Yeah.
Or jar 1, yeah. I can go to 2.
Okay.
They put them on a different order this time, I think. I think that's 2, huh? Steve, you want to zoom out for us for a second? So, see what? Okay, that's good.
Which slurp jar are you using?
I'm pretty sure that's 2.
I think it's number 2, yeah.
It's tough to see the glare.
Yeah, the one to the left is definitely number 1, so.
Yeah.
What's that?
The slurp jar to the left is number 1 of the.
So
I didn't hear it.
this looks like number 2 because the slurp jar to the left is numbered 1.
Oh, yeah, roger. Okay, Steve, zoom in a bit for us. That's good. Okay, suction on. Try 25% start.
Gonna find out how encrusting it is.
60% right now. Go a little stronger.
Check out the quad view at home if you want to see where this suction hose ends up.
quite have the room there. Okay, want to try 50% there.
50.
Ooh,
There you go.
You scrape it off.
wow.
So I still can't believe we haven't painted that thing yet.
There it is. I saw it go in
So
the
Leave a
jar.
rest mark
Yep.
on the rock.
Is
Nice.
that all of it in there?
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to hit the jar there.
I think we
Now when that's preserved, this is going to be like a little ball of snot, huh?
Yep.
There it
There it
is.
is. Okay. Can I have a sample number on that?
31, 031.
Roger.
Nice grab.
Is that enough, guys?
Yep.
Okay, let's go back to flush jar then, so
Yep.
ball of snot doesn't escape. Oops, watch out for that rock.
Well, that was very cool to see.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what comes with that specimen.
Seen all sorts of mats of encrusting octocorals and different kinds. Just this is never seen this ribbon-like one.
No, not this deep, certainly. At least I haven't. Do you want to continue on our pattern?
Yes. So we're heading south a little bit, or we're about to turn west? What are we doing?
South a little bit. Yeah, we'll get on the other side of Argus. We'll go south, and then we'll be going west. Bridge nav. 10 meters south.
Stuff it. OCD adjust, camera adjustment.
Bridge nav.
I appreciate it.
Let's add 100 meters west. Dr. Seuss.
So we are looking at a Lepidopsis bamboo coral skeleton with a anemone on the end.
I think that's Bolosera anemone. Let me confirm with those long tentacles. Yeah, I think so. Bolosera is the genus name. The anemone.
Super long tentacles.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's advantageous for species to climb up onto the top of rocks or on top of the highest thing they can perch on to get the best water circulation if they are a suspension feeder.
We've covered a lot of this cone tonight.
Can I go west now? Or?
Yeah. Let's see if that should be some new ground.
Beautiful lava formations.
It's like a gold nugget, but it's not gold color.
Too bad Guy isn't on to see.
The nymph for that octocoral.
No, just for the rocks.
Oh, Guy, I was thinking of Gary. Yes, of course. Oh, Gary is on. Signed in. Hey, Gary, did you see that encrusting octocoral? I'll type him a message.
Yeah. He could scroll back in the video feed if he didn't.
Looks like there's some more of it on that rock.
Oh, yeah.
And a great fissure in Argus cam.
Yeah. Which line do you follow?
Wow, there's a lot of it.
Wow.
So we got a response here from Gary Williams, our deep sea coral specialist from Cal Academy of Sciences. He said that the encrusting octocoral might be stoloniferous octocoral. There are a dozen or so genera. Stoloniferous octocorals are known from California, but we will definitely need to study a sample.
Yeah, and I was on mute earlier. We've actually seen the genus Clavularia out at Davidson. It was purple in color, and I don't know if purple is a characteristic or not, but that's great. I'm glad Gary was on to be able to tell us that.
Thanks, Gary.
And our previous observations of Clavularia they weren't on rock, they were on dead sponge. So maybe they just need something to adhere to.
Feels like I've been here before.
Yeah, this is the crux of many fissures, and I think once we...
I've tried to go on that one.
Yeah, sure, you can head a bit north and westward.
Took a little detour there.
It's hard when there's cool stuff to follow. There's a Chrysogorgia patch, something like it.
We're just gonna slide to the north here. We've been over that particular ground to the south there before.
There you go.
It's a new line to follow.
Yeah. That's a cluster, all right. There's a stocked crinoid on the bottom right.
I am right under you now, I think.
Yeah, I can see you in down cam.
Wow, you see that, Chad?
Yeah.
Do you want to pause here, or we keep moving? I just mean this ship. I can stopping it earlier rather than later is better.
I guess we can stop here for a little bit.
Okay. Bridge now.
You see any shimmer?
Let's hold position and
Yeah,
then,
you can see shimmer here.
Step east 40 meters. Thank you.
It's been a while
Zoom in
since
there
we
a bit.
mentioned the octopus, which are the kind of the target
I know,
of
isn't that
what we're
funny?
doing here. So these are musk octopus robustus.
What's all the
And these
light
are-
colored interspersed stuff? What is all that stuff?
Yeah, what
It's like,
is
it
that?
could be sponge.
Yeah, or some kind of altered rock.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when we first saw it last year, we immediately were like, oh, bacterial mats, but it's hard. It's yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just chemically altered rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if kind of sulfur deposits or something.
Yeah, something. It's been eaten away and changed a little bit.
The shimmer is so impressive. So pretty.
So these are female octopus brooding eggs at a low temperature hydrothermal vent, and that rippling in the water. What have we been calling that?
Shimmer.
Shimmer, thank you. Shimmering shows us that there's a temperature differential. slight though it may be, that it would be kind of the equivalent of a warm bath for these octopus, even though it is still probably only about 2 degrees Celsius.
All right, why don't we do one optoid measurement here?
Sure.
Bridge nav. 30 meters east.
Show me the optoid.
Yeah.
Other way. Actually, I'm gonna use the big camera here. I won't be able to get it in that.
Porch light on?
Yes, please. I won't be able to use drunken bubble to get this without.
Okay.
I don't want to risk getting a cord.
Might get tugged a bit. Sorry, I'm coming back.
What's that?
Might get tugged a bit, but I'm trying to come back.
Roger. Yeah. You just keep an eye with bubble on the bungee.
Yep.
So I want to see the cord on this. Okay, Steve, you can zoom in there some. Come down 3 meters. Please.
Coming down.
And take your auto head off. Thanks. I can move that. I can move that thing around wherever you want it. Chad,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can move that thing around wherever you want it. I'm not sure what's the optimal spot.
Yeah, it's still rising right now, so we'll just see what happens. And then once it stabilizes, we can maybe move it a little bit. Oh, yeah. All right, slowly climbing. It's at 7.9. Get
Hey, Jake, try a, just a couple bumps out on that porch, would you? Just don't let it hit the rock there, but just a couple. Yeah, let them watch. Again, one more. One more. Yeah, beauty, thanks.
All right, looks like it's pretty much plateaued at 8.4 C. Yeah, I guess we can try and push it in further, or maybe try another spot, and then we'll
Yeah, I got a little.
move on from there.
Oh, we can actually see here. Sorry, ladies. Oh,
And squid, the shrimp are quite involved.
happy little shrimp. I'll zoom in there a bit if you want, Steve. That's good. Get more or less there. That's going up.
Going up a little.
Which computer is that you guys are looking at?
It's up on a Grafana on Chief's Eye.
Copy.
So that oxygen just goes way down when we stick it down in the saturation.
Yep.
Looks like you got a better spot there, a little higher temperature.
Yeah, it's slightly warmer so far than the first measurement. But obviously this is it's more of an art than a science, right? Like, which part of the rubble do you think has the warmest water coming out?
We're gonna keep poking around to.
All right, it suddenly dropped. We got a max of 8.8 on that measurement.
You want to try a few more spots? Or?
So let's try one more spot, and then we'll get moving.
All right. Okay, zoom out a bit, Steve.
Just feel free to choose one. I have no.
Zoom in a little bit more for. I'll keep coming to the left, I guess.
Oh, that's going to block a lot of flow, huh?
It's interesting that the rubble is quite so loose in here.
Yeah.
Colder.
Colder.
Try the hole here.
Oh yeah, there's kind of a deeper eroded hole there.
way colder.
Yeah.
Temperature's actually dropping
Yeah.
down to 5.
Coming up there.
That's in further than it was last time, at least, I think.
What is this thing on the left? Is that an enemy closed up or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't see any eggs, though.
Yeah.
They're all hiding.
Keeps going up. Will you have your challenge, Dan, to break 10.4 from last year?
The record.
Yeah, that's where we place the 2 Osmo samplers, a temperature logger and an oxygen logger that hopefully we'll be able to collect tomorrow. Was in this vertical vent where we measured that 10.4.
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah, sorry, I was yeah, I was
You're the only one talking.
You can pull that up on another, you can pull the Grafana up on any of your other screens you want. Like, for example, the Norbit PC or whatever.
I think I can do it over here.
Looks like we're about to break 9.
Steve, you can put up HIPAC plan, hype plan. Yeah.
Or you could pull it up on the sonar. If you go to ship house graphs, we can do that up here.
I just got it up on this one.
Oh, there you go.
Screen, yeah.
Rennie's got it for you.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Guess I can use that one then.
we'll wait just a little bit longer. That's crested at 9.1.
Copy that.
So if you're at home and you want to see some of the data that we're getting with this sensor, you can check out satellite feed 3. So guys, what are we looking at here? The top one is temperature, and then the second one is oxygen saturation, is that right?
Correct.
And the third one?
Is the concentration. So that's the amount of oxygen as measured in the water. The saturation is a relative percentage. So it's usually better to look at the concentration because it's kind of an absolute number. the saturation is more of a relative number, but they're both close. But we didn't talk about this, or it's been a while, but in these areas, the warmer the water is, the lower the oxygen is. They're inversely related. So down in Costa Rica, temperatures are up to 12, 13 C, and the oxygen levels are lower than they are here. And they haven't found any evidence over 4 different expeditions and many dives there. Oh, and this is another thing I forgot to say. But down in Costa Rica, they only counted 153 octopus total.
Oh,
Think about how many we've seen just in the last, few hours. It's incredible how many more there are here. But they didn't find any evidence of those eggs developing, so they presume that the oxygen levels are too low. If that's the case, then here they are just right. All right, I think we can call it at 9.2 or so.
And which oxygen concentration, the min, max, average, which should I write down?
Oh, do the min.
Okay.
For that, yeah, a little bit there. All right, start moving again.
You gotta love a magnet mount.
convenient.
I didn't realize that's what was happening. I kind of thought it was just sitting there.
Oh, that's OET original there. We go. We have a whole wall of used up magnets. Okay, you can retract the porch, please.
Good.
A brand new one on the temperature one too. It lasts for a season or so. Okay.
Westward.
Let's see, my camera can go out. Porch light can go off.
Yep.
And I come out of this hole now. Ship is moving, is it ready?
I can make it. Bridge nav. Six 0 meters west.
Do a quick gauge check.
Copy.
I imagine that when this volcano, when Davidson was active and for many years following, these vents would have been significantly hotter. That's just an assumption on my part, and that it wouldn't have been suitable habitat for these octopus, but we are seeing this at a point in time that maybe thousands of years or maybe hundreds of years that these temperatures are just perfect for these octopus to be utilizing them. And that possibly over the course of time, as these temperatures reduce, that maybe this wouldn't be as active a location, but it's just kind of neat to think in that super long geologic scale and how conditions vary for biological creatures to benefit from or utilize in this way.
Well, we have all the equipment out at the Octopus Garden. It's been out there for 12 months, and so we'll be able to look at one spot, but over 12 months, so we can look at weekly, seasonal, tidals, monthly fluctuations in those variables of oxygen and temperature, and also 2 osmo samplers to look at the water chemistry and how that's changed over 12 months as well. But yeah, this place has been geologically dead for roughly 10 million years. But with this low temperature ridge flank hydrothermal system, the groundwater or the bottom seawater pumping through the seamount, going under the sediment cap and out these pressure release areas has been happening probably for a very, very, very long time.
We're looking at a giant tusk eel right in front of us. And a vase sponge in the back. And Crispin Little on shore said if there had been some higher temperature venting here in the recent past, he would expect to see some sulfide mounds.
Yeah, this is probably just the, there probably wasn't any higher temperature venting of water going on at any point in time here, just as the seamount cooled and established itself. Water probably was transported and then came out these pressure valves. So it's probably always been this low, that's what I call them, low temperature ridge flank hydrothermal systems. They usually range between a few degrees Celsius to 12 to 15.
Okay, so this has always been a low temperature system. Presumed. Yeah. Okay.
Chad, when would you deem this complete in terms of characterization for this dive? Like how much longer do you think will be?
Oh, not terribly long. Obviously, I know you guys are coming off shift here in 12 minutes, but we are doing our third line across the summit here, but we're approaching the end of it, not too much longer. Then we will do a little jog south again, and then another 100 meters to the east. I don't really plan on stopping anymore. I think we have 5 or 6 optode readings. We did a few collections. So after the 4th line back across, we actually have to go back west anyway to go down slope to another feature on the seafloor. So we might do a 5th line, unless it overlaps too much, one of the south lines. But yeah, probably another half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, and then we'll be leaving the octocone a little ahead of schedule.
What?
Trying to build in about another
What?
4 hours into it.
Ahead of schedule.
Well, yeah. Trying to be
That's,
conservative so we can make sure we make that second dive to the garden before the weather slams us. I just have this fear, like if I take the full allotted time, Nicole will come and say,
That weather's moving in.
that weather's a little faster than we thought, so we can't do the second dive. And I'll be like, ooh, that's not good. We have a lot of that equipment that we need to get.
Yeah. I haven't checked since this morning on it, or this afternoon.
What do you like? What do you like to use for your forecast?
Yeah, I use passage weather and
Passage
windy
weather,
together. Just look at both of them.
That's what I obsess over, windy and passage weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, updates, I have some questions about updates on the whale fall. Originally, we were thinking between 6 and 10 a.m. Definitely won't be as late as 10 a.m. now. I think if we leave here in under an hour, if we just drove straight there, it'd be less than 2 hours. But there's a target on the seafloor in between, and it may or may not be of interest once we get there. So I guess at the earliest we'd be there. What is it now? It's almost 4 a.m. if we're out of here before 5. Yeah, we'll probably be there at the earliest is 6 to 7 at the earliest.
how long will you spend at the whale fall?
Last year we were there almost 4 hours, but it was overkill because we were waiting for verbal confirmation for permits. And we're going to do the same stuff we did last year. So I'm hoping less than 3 hours, 2 to 3.
It's not that big of a site. I'd say it's roughly the size of a whale.
Roughly.
Which is pretty big if you're a worm.
Yeah.
And it is a smaller whale too. 5 or 6 meters, something like that.
Mo Flannery from Cal Academy of Sciences, who is this region, well, the San Francisco Bay Area's marine mammal stranding coordinator, is going to be joining us for that. And she's a wealth of knowledge. She'll be on Science Chat, but she's a wealth of knowledge about necropsies and things that we would have been able to do on shore to determine cause of death and species and all of that, that we're not able to do in deep sea environment. But we are trying to get as much information as possible, including species.
That's great.
So Chad, did you want to come back east one more? I just bumped south. Could cover, right, thread that needle between those two.
Yes, please.
Okay, got it.
Tell me when I should turn left or go east, go in the middle. So I'm missing it. I think here somewhere.
Oh yeah, you're missing that, right? Unfortunately, I can't make that longer. Maybe I can.
That's all right. We just give me a left turn time.
Sure. Somewhere around there.
We are currently at 3,090 meters below the surface. Temperature is 1.6 degrees Celsius. We saw a maximum of at least 9.1 degrees Celsius temperature in the vents.
I think I'm gonna swing around this way to take my.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got totally wrapped around the axle on this one.
Yeah.
But we had fun.
I did the wrong turn and I'm not sure which way you went.
Yeah. I just
Don't want
followed
to do
you.
that again. That was your first mistake. Out there somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere there. That's fine.
Roger. Turning left.
Bridge nav. 100 meters east. Thank you. So Chad, zooming out here on HiPAC, definitely covered zigzag this whole section here.
Yeah.
I guess you could say this was probably the northern extent that we got here. So I mean, arguably, you get another line there to call it good, but that's I think out of the scope from your timeline, and probably not really necessary.
Yeah, exactly. We'll come back east here, finish this, fill in the gaps. Earlier I was I didn't know exactly how much filled in it would be, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
Since we're going west, I was like, well, maybe we'll do one more west line, but it's not really a place to fit it in. And if we go south of this area, it's kind of outside of the...
It looks like we've actually already covered that on
yeah.
one round of...
Right.
Nice.
So I guess one more could slip in between that, huh?
True, yeah, somewhere in there.
We could go at an angle and tie them all in.
Yeah, that's right. Do a cross line.
For the machine learning part.
Diagonal cross line. And then your investigate target. That one right there. That's at roughly southwest of here.
Well, Dan, I know you have inspired the future career of at least one 9.5-year-old out there.
What's that?
My nephew, who's been watching, says he wants to do what you do.
Huh. This
He
part
asked,
is
is
a
it
lot
hard?
of fun.
He said, is it hard? And I said, I think you would probably say it's not hard, but I think in fact it is.
This is the easy part here. This is the fun part. But For every hour of this, there's 3 or 4 hours of working on the machine, the system as it were. Some of it's very greasy and very dirty. Some of it really hurts your back, heavy lifting, mobilizations and demobilizations, or hours and hours of brutal work. But this is the reward for all of our hard work and maintenance.
Good watch, everyone. We're going to do a watch change in the video chair.
Good watch. Thank you all.
Yeah, great fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
ROV pilot's dream here, by the way, so thank you very much.
Mhm.
Gary is scheduled, but I am not taking up a V-Link, so if anyone wants, if you or Kristen wants to stay. Oh, can you hear me? Oh, I should go on shoreline. Sorry about that.
Chad, are you there? That's okay.
You can tell us all about cuff eels. Well, I like